Hello, my name is Cynthia Law, and in this video, I will be discussing my interview with Tawnya Eilson, an intervention prevention specialist at Barksdale Air Force Base. This conversation provided incredible insights into military mental resilience and crisis intervention strategies. Tawnya holds a degree in social work and has extensive experience working with military personnel and their families. Her role is essential in helping service members cope with the unique stressors that come with military life. Mental resilience is crucial and critical in the military. Soldiers, airmen, and their families face intense stress, including deployments, combat exposure, the reintegration challenges. Learning about the role of intervention specialists like Tawnya helps us understand how the military supports its personnel beyond traditional medical care. Resilience in the military means the ability to recover from hardship, whether physical, mental, or emotional. It's about coping with trauma, stress, and change in a way that allows service members to continue functioning at their best. Military personnel are trained to be physically tough, but mental resilience is just as important. Programs like the Air Force's Comprehensive Airman Fitness focus on strengthening the mind to handle stressors effectively. The military uses several programs to train personnel in resistance, including Resilience Tactical Pause, RTP, structured time for units to focus on mental well-being, the cognitive resilience training, which helps service members reframe negative thoughts to reduce stress, and the stress inoculation training, exposure to controlled stress to prepare for combat conditions. So what Tawnya does is provides crisis intervention, risk assessments, and referrals to mental health professionals. She also leads training sessions on suicide prevention, coping strategies, and stress management. Unlike a therapist who provides long-term treatment, Tawnya's role focuses on immediate crisis management and prevention efforts. She helps service members recognize when they need support and connects them to the right resources. Some of the most common mental health issues facing service members are post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, triggered by combat, traumatic events, or deployment stress, depression and anxiety caused by long separations, high stress situations, or career instability, and suicide risk. Service members have a higher suicide rate than civilians due to the untreated mental health struggles. So some of the signs that Tawnya says she looks for, especially when we're talking about signs of PTSD and trauma, can include a hypervigilance, always on edge, nightmares or flashbacks, emotional numbness, and difficulties adjusting back into their life. And some of the best therapies that have worked for PTSD is military intervention programs such as prolonged exposure therapy, PET, which helps service members gradually confront traumatic memories. The cognitive processing therapy, CPT, challenges negative thoughts that stem from the trauma, and then eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, EMDR, which helps reprocess traumatic memories in a controlled setting. From that, she moved on to suicide prevention in the military and why suicide was such a major concern. So the military suicide rate remains high due to factors like combat trauma, career instability, and difficulty seeking help due to stigma. Programs like Ask Care Escort, which is known as the ACE program, model trains personnel to support at-risk peers. So what are suicide prevention programs doing to help? So the Department of Defense has implemented initiatives like buddy system checks, which encourages peers to regularly check on each other, the crisis hotlines and 24/7 resources, which include the military crisis line, which is 988, the resiliency training workshops to help service members develop coping strategies before problems escalate. So she also provided me with a couple of really quick case studies just so that we could have exposure to that. And one of the studies was a soldier that was struggling with depression after multiple deployments. And so what happened as part of the intervention was the risk assessment was conducted. Then there was they were provided peer support and stress management techniques, and then they were connected with reintegration services. That was the process that Tawnya went through with this particular member. And then she had another instance where she talked about military family struggles. And that case was about a military spouse experiencing anxiety due to frequent relocations. So because the military moved so much, it was stress for the spouse. And so the interventions offered in that case were resources for spouse counseling, connecting them with a support group, and providing guidance on managing transitions, which ended up helping. So what did I get from this interview with Tawnya? This conversation reinforced my beliefs that mental health intervention is just as important as physical training in the military. The insights Tawnya provided helped me understand the systemic support in place for service members. As someone interested in military resilience guidance, I now see that crisis intervention and prevention efforts from the foundation for long-term well-being. My goal is to integrate these strategies into my future work. So, despite existing programs, there's still work to be done in destigmatizing mental health care, especially for the military. Military culture needs to continue shifting towards open discussion and proactive mental health check-ins. Some of my final thoughts on this interview was that mental health resilience in the military is about preparation, support, and recovery. Intervention specialists like Tawnya play a crucial role in keeping service members mentally strong. If you're passionate about mental health in high-stress environments such as the military guidance is a rewarding career path. The military needs more professionals dedicated to supporting service members and their family. This is my goal and why I want to move in this direction. I want to thank you for watching my interview reflection video. I hope this deep dive into military resilience has given you a better understanding of the challenges and solutions in this field. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. Thanks again. I appreciate all you do. And again, we need more support in the military career field. Thank you.